you go in just a moment ago. Russ.
Hi.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, fine. Why do you ask?
Well, when I was pulling up, you were getting out of your car, so I honked the horn, and you ignored me. And just now, you didn't answer the door.
I guess I just didn't hear you. That's nothing to get all worked up about.
Well, don't I even get a kiss?
Yeah.
Everything's fine, huh? Russ, I don't buy it. Do you want to tell me about it?
Mr. McGovern?
Who the heck are you, and who said you could come in here?
Harold Webster. Attorney at law, in case you have trouble reading.
I read fine, thanks. And I also pretty good aim. Now take a walk, mister.
I happen to represent Charles Carpenter.
So?
So he's very displeased with that little story you were so kind as to run all over the front page of your newspaper this morning.
Mr. Carpenter's name is a very familiar one on our front pages, as well as our financial pages. He's a public figure, and the disappearance of his daughter is news. It's as simple as that, Mr.
Webster. And we don't happen to agree with you. In fact, I have been instructed to draw up papers suing this publication and the reporter who wrote that irresponsible piece of gossip.
For what?
Invasion of privacy.
Miriam Carpenter Mason's disappearance is a matter of public record. And Gene Redland's story is nothing but cold, hard fact. Now, I'd like to see you try and prove that. But then, on the other hand, Stan Sullivan always needs new material for his humor column.
I have proved a lot more with a lot less in my time, Mr. McGovern. If you doubt that, I'd suggest you check the legal files of your own newspaper.
Well, far be it from me to try and stop you. But before you petition the court, I think I ought to remind you that there's such a thing as a First Amendment that protects newspapers. Now, I've just had about enough from you, Webster.
Mr. McGovern. Harold. Mr. Redland?
I guess I know why you're here.
Do you?
His client, Charles Carpenter, has threatened to sue the newspaper, as well as you, Gene.
What?
Invasion of privacy.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, Gene, but I've got my instructions. Now, you were sufficiently warned about our potential legal reaction to this story.
Harold, we were in our legal rights when we printed that story. Now, isn't that right, Mr. McGovern?
That is what I intend to disprove.
Come on, Harold. Now, look here. Let's go get something tall and cool, and we'll discuss this whole thing rationally.
Gene, I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Mr. Webster, I have a question for you. Is your client really as upset as you say he is?
Absolutely.
Well, I wonder then if we should decide to drop this whole thing, if he would drop the lawsuit.
Oh, I think I might be able to convince him of the wisdom of that, yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Gene, that doesn't make sense to me. It smells fishy, all this avoidance of publicity. I think we might have a better story here than we thought. Redland, I want you to dig into this thing a little deeper.
You're not going to ask me if this has anything to do with my job?
Look, it doesn't make any difference to me why you're upset. The point is you are, and I don't want you to be.
That's quite a change in attitude. What I do for a living hasn't exactly been our best subject.
No, it hasn't. But that was before our talk yesterday. I wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize any legal undercover work that you're involved with, and I thought asking a lot of questions might do that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you were right from the start on this one. Maybe all this is a little too much for me.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure what I've gotten myself into. I don't think I can handle it.
Russ, you're one of the strongest people I know. I don't know what it is they have you doing exactly, but you're probably just a little discouraged because you're new at it. Things are always roughest at the beginning. You'll get the hang of it.
What a wonderful thing to be proficient at.
Look, don't be so pessimistic. There hasn't been a challenge yet that you haven't been able to meet. Russ, I have great faith in you. And I'll keep praying that God will give you the strength that you'll need. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
And you can't do that. You know how we feel about this.
Your feelings are of the least concern to me in this matter, Mr. Webster. This is a newspaper office, not a consulting center. Yes? Oh, look, can't you people do anything right down there? All right, I'll be down there. Redland, finish whatever you're working on now and get right on this.
I just can't believe he's doing this. This is going to put Charles right back in the hospital again.
Come on, Harold, it's not all that bad.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, my friend. Well, if we got to be on opposite sides, so be it.
Wait, hold on just a minute here.
Look, Gene, I don't have time for any more games.
Miriam's been kidnapped, hasn't she? And you've been contacted by the kidnappers, isn't that true?
Just keep your voice down, will you?
Why haven't you gone to the police with this?
Wait just a second here. I didn't say anything was true.
Well, it has to be. That's the only way any of this stuff could make any sense. And this lawsuit that you're proposing, that's ridiculous, Harold. Come on.
Look, if it were true, and I am not saying that it is, can't you see what kind of a position a story like that could put Charles Carpenter in?
Miriam. Did they threaten her when they read the story?
I'm not saying anything else. Let's just say that you're a pretty smart fella.
Oh, boy. I had no idea.
Well, you weren't supposed to. Look, perhaps now you can understand why we don't want any more publicity.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Harold.
Well, maybe you can get gung-ho Harry here to lighten up a little bit, huh? I need your help on this, Gene. I'll owe you. Big.
Hi. Lori just fell asleep.
How'd it go?
That's hard to say. Dr. Diedrichson feels that these sudden memory flashes she's having are possibly leading to her remembering the night of the attack.
Well, you sound as if that's bad.
Well, even though she is having these flashbacks, her subconscious is desperately fighting to suppress them. You see, she refuses to make the connection between them and the event that eventually happened. I'll tell you, Terry, it tears me up to think about the struggle that's going on inside of her. Why is she shutting us out? Why won't she let us help her? It's almost as if she has more respect for her fears than she has for us.
I don't know.
You know, I halfway expected Dr. Diedrichson to admit her to the hospital again.
But the fact that he thinks she's strong enough to stay outside is encouraging.
No, it's not that she's strong enough. It's just that he feels the home environment is a little better than the hospitals.
But he would have kept her in if he didn't think she could handle it.
Maybe. He wants her to start seeing a therapist here in Kingsley.
I think that's a good idea. How about Dr. Feldman? He did wonders with Miriam.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Come on, Ben. I know this is difficult, but I really think that this is mostly good news.
Do you really want to know what's bothering them most? The fact that that animal is still out there somewhere. So what if she does get better? What's the guarantee that he's not going to come back here and try it again? And Terry, if that happens, we'll never get her back.
You are basing your attitude about Lori's recovery on something that just isn't going to happen.
Yeah, well, what's your guarantee that it won't?
I can't offer you any guarantees, just my faith in a merciful God.
Merciful.
Ben!
I'm sorry, Terry, but sometime I have serious doubts about that.
Fine. Then just let me point out that you are being just as respectful and holding yourself in check about Lori's fears as she is. Don't be hurt or offended by her attitude. Yours is exactly the same, Ben. I'm afraid legalese has never been one of my best subjects. Would you explain?
That there is a copy of a lawsuit that I filed in your behalf earlier today. A petition in equity.
Oh.
Or, in other words, the ball's finally rolling on this matter, and all the trouble you've been having with your sister and your mother's house ought to be cleared up just any time now.
Can you give me any time when this might happen?
Oh, sure. The hearing's set for 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks? That soon? I
Yeah.
keep thinking of these things in terms of months, not
Well,
weeks.
This is handled just a little bit different from what you might expect. Instead of being heard by a judge, it's heard by Chancery, and Chancery reports to a judge. Saves everybody headaches and time.
Well, sounds good to me.
Yeah, it ought to be. I don't anticipate any problems with this. Like I told you before, the judge will order that Nancy is either to buy your half of the house or sell her half of the house. Either way, it'll be nice and clean and legal, and she'll have to comply. There is one more thing I almost forgot to. Almost hate to bring it up, but there's still another option.
If it'll save me from this, I'll take it.
Well, what you could do is you could go ahead and sell your half of the house to a third party, even while Nancy's living there. They could move in, forcing her to share the premises. Interesting, huh?
I couldn't do that to the Redlands.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking about the Redlands. I had somebody more compatible with Nancy in mind. Let's say the Ayatollah Khomeini.
Well, I really have everyone's best interest at heart, including Nancy's.
Oh, I know you do. Fat chance that she'd ever be able to see that, though.
Well, maybe someday she will, Mr. Webster, if I keep trying.
Hello, stranger.
Stranger. Hey. Ooh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. My wife will be back in a few minutes.
Oh, she left a note. She said that I should take very, very good care of you.
Why do I get the feeling that you're gonna do just that?
Oh, maybe because I am.
You know, had it ever occurred to you that possibly we're not the only two people that live in this house?
Oh, but we are for the next couple of hours.
Oh?
Mama took Jimmy to the movies. And afterwards, they're going to have pizza.
Is that
And,
so?
That's so.
How was your nap?
Ben,
Honey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. Here. Is that better?
What were you doing there?
Well, I was just sitting and thinking.
You were spying on me.
Laurie, I was tired. I had a lot on my mind. I didn't feel like getting up and turning on the light after it got dark.
How long were you sitting there?
Hour or so, I guess.
Were you thinking about our visit with Dr. Diedrichson?
Some.
You know, all the way to Fairmont, I kept thinking that you were going to leave me at Mercy Hospital again.
If I was going to do something like that, don't you think I would discuss it with you first?
I don't know. Would you?
Yes.
Maybe you didn't think I was capable of understanding a decision like that. Maybe you don't think I'm capable of a lot of things anymore.
Laurie, what are you talking about?
Us? As husband and wife?
All things in time.
You seem very sure of that.
I know how much we love each other.
Please, don't.
Thought I heard your voice.
Mom.
Ben said that things went fairly well with Dr. Diedrichson.
Yeah, they went pretty well, I guess. But it makes me feel good just to get home.
Well, that's the way it should feel.
So what's that I smell in the kitchen?
Just dinner.
Well, I feel so irresponsible. I don't do anything to help you in the kitchen.
Do you hear me complaining?
Well, I'm going to change that. I'm going to give you a hand.
No, too late. I've got everything under control. Why don't you just sit here and relax with Ben? Won't take long.
Well, I just feel so guilty. I mean, there must be something I can do.
No, really.
Is the table set?
Well, no.
That's it. That's what I'll do. And while I'm doing that, we can talk.
Well, are you sure you don't want to just sit here and
No, come on. I just want to help you and talk.
You hungry?
Nope. You?
Nope.
I'm enjoying this too much to think about anything else. Well, almost anything. You happy?
Never happier.
Me either. And I think we gave all this up for 2 years.
Dumb, weren't we? But never again, right? And you do dance divinely, sir.
Well, thank you. It's one of my many attributes.
Ah.
But you're not too bad yourself, you know.
Well, thank you. It's one of my many attributes.
Oh.
What do you think it is? Boy or girl?
I say that it's one of the two.
Oh, Gene, I'm serious. Come on.
Well, I don't have any idea. I mean, I wouldn't even try to guess. I think it's a girl.
Really?
Sure. Why not?
Well, I'm surprised.
Why are you surprised?
Well, with Jimmy, you wanted a boy so much, I thought maybe a little of that would, you know, rub off onto this baby.
Oh, well, I thought, well, you know, a little variety, spice of life. What do you think it is?
I don't know. I wouldn't even try to guess. What?
You think it's a girl.
Oh, I never said that. I never said that.
You don't have to. I can read by the signs.
Oh. But will you be disappointed if it isn't a girl?
Carla, this child is a symbol of how much we love each other. And every time I look at him or her, I'm gonna remember that. Now, with that, could I really be disappointed?
I love you very much.
great dinner, wasn't it?
I guess so.
Your mother's certainly been taking good care of us.
Yeah?
You know, I like your hair this short.
Oh?
Really. I think it was a very good choice. I wonder what color our children's hair will be.
Stop it!
What? What did I say?
I know what you're trying to do, Ben. And I'm not ready. I'm sorry, but I'm just not.
What? I didn't mean anything.
Yes, you were. I've seen the way you're looking at me when you don't think I'm looking. And the way you watch me when I get into bed at night. I don't like it, Ben, and I wish you'd stop pressuring me.
Join us each weekday for more of Another Life.